Imagine this: a man who doesn't show up to family events, rarely answers texts from relatives, and quietly lives his life on his own terms. He's not angry. He's not bitter. He just doesn't feel the need to stay close to his family. He's polite when he speaks to them, but he always keeps a wall up. He might even move to another city just to be alone. This man isn't broken or cold-hearted. He may simply be what people today call a Sigma male. A Sigma male walks his own path. He doesn't need validation from others. And when it comes to family, this often means creating strong distance. But why? Most people see family as something you're supposed to stay close to forever. Yet for some men, being too close feels like being trapped. In this video, we'll explore why Sigma males often step back from family relationships. This isn't about hate. It's not about drama. It's about personal freedom, emotional safety, and how some men are wired differently. We'll walk through 6 reasons why Sigma males stay away. These reasons are based on behavior, mindset, and past experiences. You might see yourself in some of them. Or maybe someone in your life acts this way, and you never really understood why. Either way, this video will give you insight into the quiet lives of men who choose distance over drama, who want peace more than approval, who find comfort in silence instead of family dinners. Let's look at what makes a Sigma male different and why this difference often leads him away from his own family. Background: who is a Sigma male? To understand why Sigma males keep their distance, we first need to know what a Sigma male is. He's not the leader of the pack. He's not the follower either. He walks alone. He doesn't chase attention. He doesn't ask for help. And he usually doesn't explain himself. A Sigma male is independent to the core. While alpha males want power and control, and beta males seek approval and safety, Sigma males don't play the social game. They don't want to lead, and they don't want to be led. They just want space to live life their way. People often think of Sigma males as quiet, mysterious, or even cold. But they're usually just focused on their own goals. They value deep thinking, time alone, and self-reliance. They may work hard, build careers, or create things that matter to them, but they don't usually talk about it. You won't find them posting their lives online. They live privately, with few people truly knowing them. This doesn't mean Sigma males are rude or unkind. In fact, they can be thoughtful and loyal. But their loyalty is rare, and they give it to only a few people. That list usually doesn't include family by default. Why? Because Sigma males don't follow rules just because they were born into them. If a family member is negative, toxic, or demanding, they won't stick around out of guilt or tradition. For Sigma males, relationships must be earned, not assumed. Just because someone is a parent or sibling doesn't mean they automatically get access. If the connection doesn't feel respectful, peaceful, or meaningful, they'll quietly walk away. This is the mindset we need to keep in mind as we move forward. Sigma males don't hate family. They just see things differently. And for them, distance often feels more natural than closeness. Now that we've looked at who they are, let's move into the first real reason Sigma males often keep great distance from family relationships. Reason number 1: value personal freedom over family expectations. For Sigma males, freedom is everything. It's not just a want, it's a need. And family, no matter how loving, often comes with expectations. Be here at this time. Call this person. Do this tradition. Say yes to this request. Sigma males see all of this as pressure. They want the freedom to choose how they spend their time and who they spend it with. Many families operate on silent rules. You're expected to visit, to agree, to act a certain way to keep peace. But Sigma males don't care for silent rules. They don't want to follow a script. They want to live how they see fit, and family expectations often get in the way of that. Let's say a Sigma male doesn't want to go to a holiday dinner. He might skip it, not to be rude, but because he'd rather spend that time in peace. He doesn't want small talk. He doesn't want to explain his life. He wants space. And that's hard for families to understand. When a family pushes back, "Why aren't you coming?" or "Don't you care?" the Sigma male sees it as control, not love, and he pulls away even more. He sees those questions as signs that the relationship is based on demands, not respect. This doesn't mean he cuts people off for no reason. It means he creates space when he feels trapped. That space protects his freedom. It gives him room to think, grow, and live without being told what to do. In the end, a Sigma male would rather be alone and free than surrounded and controlled. And if his family can't respect that freedom, he'll keep his distance without apology. That's the first reason Sigma males step away. Now, let's move on to the next one. Reason number 2, emotional detachment, self-protective mechanism. Sigma males are often emotionally distant, but not because they lack feelings. It's because they've learned to protect themselves. They don't open up easily. They don't like to talk about feelings. And they rarely show emotions in front of others, especially family. This emotional detachment is not coldness. It's a wall they've built over time. Many Sigma males grow up in environments where emotions were either ignored or used against them. Maybe they were told not to cry. Maybe they were mocked for being vulnerable. Maybe their feelings were never taken seriously. So over time, they stopped showing emotions altogether. Even in adulthood, this pattern sticks. When a family member gets emotional, whether it's anger, guilt, or sadness, the Sigma male doesn't respond the way others expect. He stays quiet. He doesn't react. He pulls back. This confuses people, but it makes sense for him. Emotional distance feels safer. This emotional wall becomes a habit, and once it's in place, it's hard to break. Even loving family members may find it difficult to connect with a Sigma male. He's not trying to hurt them. He's just trying to stay safe in his own way. He avoids emotional chaos. He avoids drama. And he avoids situations where he might lose control of his peace. Family relationships are often full of emotions. Arguments, guilt trips, old wounds, they all live close to the surface. Sigma males don't want to keep reliving the past. They don't want to be drawn into guilt or blame. They just want to move forward in their own way, without emotional traps. So when emotional moments come up, they retreat. Not to punish anyone, but to protect their own mind. This detachment helps them feel calm and in control. But it also creates distance, sometimes without warning. If you've ever felt like a Sigma male in your life just disappeared emotionally, this is why. For him, stepping back is a shield, not an attack. Reason number 3, lone wolf mentality versus support systems. Sigma males are known as lone wolves. They live by their own rules, move quietly, and rarely ask for help. This mindset is a big reason why they keep distance from family. They don't want to depend on others, and they don't want others depending too much on them. Most people grow up being told that family is your support system, that you should lean on each other, help each other, and stay close during hard times. Sigma males don't see it that way. They feel more powerful when they figure things out alone. They find strength in silence and independence, not in group comfort. Even as kids, some Sigma males felt like they didn't quite fit in. Maybe they were the quiet one, the thinker, the one who stayed in their room, working on something while everyone else was talking. As they got older, they didn't change. They just became more focused and more private. This creates a clear wall between them and the typical idea of a family unit. Family gatherings, group chats, constant check-ins, these all feel like noise to a Sigma. They don't want to be rude. They just want space. When something goes wrong in life, a Sigma male rarely tells his family. He works through it quietly. He doesn't look for advice or comfort. And he definitely doesn't want to explain his decisions. That can make him seem distant or even cold, but to him it's strength. He believes in standing on his own feet. He believes that true respect comes from doing things solo, and because of that he sometimes avoids support systems even if they could help him. He fears that accepting help will come with control, judgment, or obligation. This doesn't mean Sigma males never care about their family. They might love deeply, but they love silently. They keep their feelings private and their struggles hidden. And the more the family tries to pull them in, the more they quietly step back. Being a lone wolf gives them focus, peace, and clarity. But it also creates a distance that many family members don't understand. They're not angry. They just feel better walking alone. Reason number 4, mistrust of social norms and family roles. Sigma males don't follow traditional roles. They question everything. That includes the roles they're expected to play in a family, like being the good son, the obedient brother, or the helpful uncle. These roles come with silent rules and heavy pressure, and Sigma males want no part of it. From a young age, Sigma males often ask, "Why should I do that?" If the only answer is, "Because that's what family does," it doesn't convince them. They don't believe in doing things just because it's expected. They want things to make sense, to feel real. If a family role feels fake or forced, they reject it. Let's say a Sigma male has a parent who constantly tells him to visit more, call more, or show more love. If it feels like a demand, he'll pull away. He doesn't want love to be an obligation. He wants it to be a choice. And when family ties are based on guilt or duty, he sees that as manipulation, not love. He may also mistrust the family system itself. Maybe he grew up watching double standards, power struggles, or unfair treatment. Maybe the oldest child always got blamed, or the youngest always got away with everything. These patterns make him mistrust the idea of family roles altogether. Sigma males want fairness. They want peace. And most of all, they want honesty. If the family structure feels fake, they disconnect. They'd rather be alone than play a part in something that doesn't feel true. Even in adulthood, these patterns continue. A Sigma male might skip major events, ignore group texts, or avoid one-on-one talks with certain relatives. It's not that he doesn't care. He just doesn't want to play a role that feels empty. This mistrust goes beyond family. Sigma males also mistrust social systems in general, schools, workplaces, and even friend circles. But it hits harder when it's personal. When the people who say they love you are also the ones trying to control you, Sigma males walk away. This is not rebellion for attention. It's rejection of fake closeness. Sigma males would rather feel lonely than fake. And when family roles feel more like costumes than real connection, they step back for good. Reason number 5. Minimalism and self-deprivation from childhood. Many Sigma males grew up in homes where they had to learn to go without. Not always in big ways like food or shelter, but in smaller, emotional ways. Maybe they didn't get much praise. Maybe they were always told to toughen up. Maybe no one really noticed their feelings. Over time, they learn to expect less and to give less in return. This creates a mindset of self-deprivation. They don't ask for much. They don't expect support. They don't even expect to be understood. Instead, they focus inward. They become minimal in how they live, how they talk, and how they relate to others, including their family. When someone is used to surviving on their own, even small family closeness can feel uncomfortable. A hug feels like too much. A deep conversation feels like pressure. A gift feels like a trick. They've trained themselves to keep things simple and controlled. That's their safe zone. This minimalism doesn't just show up in their lifestyle, it shows up in their emotions too. Sigma males often keep their homes quiet and uncluttered. They avoid loud parties, deep talks, or messy emotions. And family by nature brings all of those things. Family is loud. Family is full of feelings. And family often gives what Sigma males never learn to receive. It's not that they hate affection. It's just unfamiliar. And when something feels unfamiliar, it feels risky. So instead of opening up to it, they step away. They keep their space clean, their mind calm, their life quiet. And that means staying far from the noise of family life. Even when family reaches out with kindness, Sigma males may not know how to respond. They might ignore messages or brush off visits, not because they're cold, but because they don't know how to accept care. Their childhood taught them not to need it. And now they stick to that lesson like a rule. So when a Sigma male avoids family, it may not be about rejection. It may be about habit, about comfort, about a simple, quiet life where they don't have to explain why they feel so distant. Reason number 6. Trauma or rejection, a catalyst for withdrawal. For many Sigma males, distance isn't just a choice. It's a reaction. a survival tool. Often there's some kind of trauma or rejection in their past that caused them to pull away, not just from family, but from people in general. This trauma could be big or small. Maybe a parent always criticized them. Maybe a sibling betrayed their trust. Maybe they were treated unfairly, ignored, or used. These moments stick, and over time they shape how someone sees relationships. They start to believe deep down that closeness equals pain. Sigma males are usually quiet about their past. They won't bring it up unless they trust you completely. So from the outside it may seem like they just drifted away, but inside they may be carrying memories they never dealt with. And the way they deal with those memories is by staying away. They may not even realize it's trauma. They may just say things like, "I don't like being around people," or "I feel better on my own." But those feelings often started from something. A fight, a loss, a betrayal. Something that taught them, you're better off alone. And once that lesson is learned, it's hard to unlearn. Even if the family has changed, even if people try to make peace, the Sigma male doesn't forget. He may forgive quietly, but he still chooses distance. He doesn't want to go back to a place that hurt him, even if the pain is long gone. This doesn't make him weak. In fact, it shows how deeply he feels. He just doesn't show those feelings the usual way. Instead of yelling or crying, he removes himself. He creates silence. He creates space. That space gives him peace. It gives him control. And most of all, it keeps him safe. Because in his mind, getting too close to family again might mean reopening old wounds. And he's not willing to do that. Not for tradition, not for guilt, not even for love. This reason is one of the hardest to spot, because it hides behind silence. But for many Sigma males, it's the real reason they keep their distance. Not hate, not pride, just protection. Counterpoint: lone wolf or product of toxicity? There's a big question people ask when talking about Sigma males. Are they really choosing to be alone, or are they reacting to something deeper? It's easy to say Sigma males just like being alone, but often that's only part of the story. Some of them may not have started out this way. They became this way because of how they were treated. Maybe their family made them feel like outsiders. Maybe no one ever truly listened. Maybe they had to grow up too fast. Over time, silence became normal. Distance became safety. And now it looks like choice, but it started as survival. This doesn't mean all Sigma males are victims. Many truly enjoy solitude. They work better alone, think better alone, live better alone. But it's also important to ask, are they running toward peace or away from pain? Sometimes people praise Sigma males for being above it all, for staying out of the noise. But in some cases, it's not strength, it's leftover pain that hasn't healed. And if that's true, then silence isn't peace. It's just a quiet kind of suffering. So the real test is this. If a Sigma male felt safe, respected, and loved, would he still keep his distance? If the answer is no, then maybe the distance isn't a personality trait. It's a scar. Understanding this helps us see Sigma males more clearly, not as mysterious heroes or cold outsiders, but as real people shaped by what they've been through. Some of them are true loners, others are just tired of being hurt, and that's why it matters to look deeper. Behind the silence, there's always a reason. Conclusion and reframe. Real versus romanticized. Sigma males are often romanticized online. People paint them as mysterious, strong, and untouchable. But real life is more complex. The truth is, many Sigma males carry quiet pain. Some chose distance. Others were pushed into it. What looks like independence might be a defense. What looks like silence might be self-protection. It's true that Sigma males have strong traits. They think for themselves. They don't follow the crowd. They find comfort in solitude. These are powerful qualities, especially in a world that rewards noise and approval-seeking. But that doesn't mean they're always at peace. Sometimes they're simply tired. Tired of being misunderstood. Tired of being pressured. Tired of being let down by the very people who were supposed to support them. This is where the truth lies. Sigma males value peace more than performance. They want real relationships, not forced ones. And if family becomes a source of stress, guilt, or judgment, they'll choose distance instead of staying just to keep others happy. But distance doesn't always mean disconnection. Some Sigma males quietly love their families. They may show up in emergencies. They may check in from time to time, but they do it on their own terms. They give what they can without losing their peace. That balance is all they're looking for. So before judging a Sigma male for being distant, ask a better question. Is he protecting himself? Is he chasing quiet? Or is he simply living in a way that finally feels right? The answer might change how you see him. And if you are that man, if you feel more peace when you're away, then know this: you're not broken. But it's still okay to look back and ask why you needed that peace in the first place. Distance can be strength, but healing brings clarity. And sometimes the strongest move is not walking away, it's finding out what made you leave in the first place. If you've made it this far, you're likely thinking of someone right now. Maybe a brother, a cousin, a friend, or maybe yourself. Maybe you've always felt a need for space. Maybe family never felt like home. Maybe silence feels better than being misunderstood. This video wasn't meant to blame anyone. It was meant to explain, to shine a light on a pattern many people live with, but few talk about. Sigma males are not cold. They're not cruel. They're cautious, careful with their time, their energy, and especially their emotions. If you are a Sigma male, think about this. Are you really at peace or just avoiding pain? Is your silence helping you grow or just keeping you stuck? There's nothing wrong with needing space. But don't forget, growth sometimes happens in the hard places too. And if you love someone like this, be patient. Don't push, don't guilt. Just show that you're there, that you respect their need for space. And maybe one day they'll step a little closer on their own. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you relate to these reasons? Have you seen these patterns in yourself or others? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share your experience. You never know who might need to read your words. And if this video helped you understand something new, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got more deep topics ahead that go beyond the surface. Until next time, stay aware, stay strong, and remember, sometimes the quietest men have the loudest stories.